Hello, welcome back to the ministry. We on part 3. Devil tried it. I started the video, got 20 minutes in, it cut off and did not record that whole 20 minutes. So it bumped the video off. So I gotta re-record this all over again. So we gonna get as much as we can get done before I have to get ready to go. But let's see. Um so I got cut off. I was talking about the fact that she was saying goodbye to her mom, and the fact of that in that saying goodbye to her mom was making a point of saying, "So you don't know where you're going?" And she says, "No, I don't know where you're going. Y'all about to go on vacation, and you may not know the exact destination you're about to head to because you're going with your God ordained spouse, and your God ordained spouse is he's making the decision as to where you're going. So be prepared to travel. I already told you this in the word atlas that you're going to be world traveling. Now I'm going to be doing another word where I'm talking about Mary and Joseph, and I'm going to also talk about moving around. But this moving around may be different than what you're used to. You've had to move around in some low places. God's about to put you in a situation where you may be moving around through some nice places, high places, beautiful places and spaces. So, yeah. But, what else? With that being said, she's packed to go. Y'all need to be packed and get packed, ready to go, because when your husband comes, he's coming to get you completely. So be ready for that. Her dad says goodbye to her. Get ready to say goodbye to your family and friends. They say goodbye, and as they're cheered on, they drive off. You're going to be celebrated in your leaving. As you're preparing to leave to go where you're going, it's going to be a level of celebration. This is your culmination moment. Yeah. So once they leave, they're being cheered on as they're being prepared to drive off. Jacob is howling at the moon. Your enemies are going to be whining spiritually. When certain seasons end, I usually hear a scream, sometimes a howl. There was a video I did a couple of days ago where you heard in the background a shrill shrieking sound. That's what you're going to hear. It's a spiritual confirmation that your enemies is pissed that it did not work. So Edward ends up taking them to Rio de Janeiro, and you see this was before, I believe, they removed the Christ statue. So I knew God brought me to this film. So what ended up happening next? Get ready, y'all. This is about to get slightly explicit. So hide your kids, hide your wife, hold your ears, because if you immature Christians, get off here, okay? Because we're about to have some serious conversations. All right, love you, bye bye. But they get out the vehicle and there's a band playing in the street, and they go up to the sidewalk and he stops, turns, touches her face, and pulls her into a kiss. Your God ordained spouse is going to be one for the PDF. He's going to want to have the PDF. He's going to be all over you, sweetie. So get ready. Keys of the Kingdom released a word called Public Displays of Affection. You might want to go look at that. It's a full deep teaching on public displays of affection. I remember years ago seeing Justin Timberlake in a photograph of him and Jessica Biel that was taken by a paparazzi. He had pushed her up against the wall while they were on vacation somewhere and was making out with her, kissing. So she and Edward are out walking. They stop to kiss. I already talked about that. So they end up going to the island because that was a temporary stop. Some of y'all might go on temporary stops while y'all traveling. So you might have interim locations that you go to for short periods of time and switch off and go somewhere else. They go to their own private island. He carries her in over the threshold. Your God ordained spouse is going to be amazingly sweet, and he's going to do little things like that. He's just going to have like such a gentlemanly element about himself. So get ready. The place is amazing, gorgeous, phenomenal, something you ain't never seen before, nothing ever you've ever experienced. So, and there was the bed. Get ready. So he kisses her and she is a little nervous. She said, let's go swimming. And he said, all right, I'll meet you outside. So he said, don't take very long. So she goes, and I'm brought to the scripture in Ruth where Naomi tells Ruth to go and wash your face, change your clothes, and you're going to have to meet him, and she gives the instruction as to what to do. What was that scripture? I don't remember. It was a scripture that talked about the uncovering, the way that the husband uncovers the wife. Ooh. It's like God switching the covering from him to your spouse. And I talked about it in one of my other words, but can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But she goes and she washes her face, she brushes her teeth, she shaves, she gets her body ready, And y'all need to get prepared. If y'all need to take vitamins because your pH balance is off, there's Align, there's Hum, there's Simply Balanced. There's another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but it'll help your pH balance for any type of physical odors. Those of y'all that fast, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you want to shave, if you want all the things that you need to do, because it's about to go down. Let's see. So she goes into her bag thinking that she got some clothes in there, but the sister packed all of her stuff. And she didn't put any regular clothes. She only packed her lingerie. And she was like, what in the world is this? And she's starting to freak out. She's curled up in the corner. She's like, but you know what? She gets into her boldness. Y'all gonna get bold on your wedding night. She puts on a towel, not a towel, a wrap, a physical wrap around her body. And I think it was like a sheet or something like that. Walks outside, drops the sheet, and jumps in the water with Edward. and him and her having a conversation, and they were discussing what was going to happen, and he was pretty much saying, I'm willing to try, meaning he's willing to try to control himself as a human, or as he's sleeping with her, because he's not human, she is, so he's willing to try to see if he can control himself. So he takes her into the bedroom, and they start the fun and games. Your God ordained spouse is going to be gentle with you. Remnant Rising released a word talking about your God ordained spouse is going to be gentle with you. She meant gentle with you, period. But I'm thinking of that statement. He's going to be gentle with you, even the first time that y'all sleep together, because he's going to understand, hey, you are not used to being intimate. He needs to ease you into it again. But he may still be a little aggressive. Be prepared for that. But because he broke the bed, he did. It might get a little out of hand. Keys to the Kingdom said there's going to be passionate lovemaking. And as a reference to my other word, I did a line from the song that the counterfeit was jealous of the fact that he was going to be touching you. I just got a confirmation word of that, so let me just rear this in right here. Let them be jealous. Enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it. Love it. Like it all. You better love it. Every minute. Every minute. Okay? Because it's going to be on and popping. Enjoy it. The next morning, she can't even stop thinking about how good it was. She's replaying the thoughts of how good it was in her mind. Because it was just good. And he comes back to her, and he shows her that she had a bruise on her arm. Some of them might be a little rough with you, just a little bit, just a little. But the fact of the matter was, she liked it. She was all right. She was like, I'm good. Some of y'all have a history in your past relationships with having had been intimate in previous relationships. And because of that, yeah, you have no issue with being a little rough. They may think that you may have issues with that, but in the case of the matter of, you have no problem with that. And you kind of got to ease them into the understanding. No, I understand that. I actually, we can have this discussion. We good. You're going to have to ease them into that conversation. Because, yeah, I think we've caught up on where I was before. And it only took me 13 minutes to do that. So, where we at? It's just a montage of them having breakfast. But, catch this, they're playing chess. I think she's watching a video. And in that video, she's watching, she's having a dream. That's what it is. She dreams of playing chess with him and all these intimate moments of them being intimate together and all of that. And after they had been intimate with one another, well, actually, it wasn't even after they'd been intimate with one another, because she fantasized about them being intimate. They just hadn't done it yet. So I think they either hadn't done it or they were going to do it a second time because she kind of begged them to do it again. And when they did it again, when the maids and the cleaning people came to clean the house, that house was so tore up. Get ready. Because however you like it, I'm hearing the song, whatever you want, you know I can provide. Whatever you need, you know I can provide. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. And however you like it. Once y'all get yourselves together, it's going to be on. That's it. That's it and that's it. But meanwhile, they go swimming, they enjoy each other. It's just they are enjoying having their marriage. And meanwhile, Jacob back where he was mad. And they trying to figure out what they're gonna do. And he's mad that he didn't get a chance to have somebody like her, or that he didn't imprint on her when he had a chance to, which is funny because I was listening to a word and it said God's imprint is on you. It's covering you and protecting you. And I believe that's for your marriage in its entirety. I just throw that in there. But she met the housekeeper, but the housekeeper kept coming back to look like she was concerned. And he told her that the housekeeper probably knows who he is or what he was because he's a vampire. So he was concerned knowing that she was a human, that potentially that she might have gotten hurt. So they'd been there for a while, and he had left to go get breakfast. It was about 2 weeks they'd been there, and he left to go get breakfast to buy some stuff from the mainland. And as he had left her a note, and the first words out of her mouth was, "You're late." Some of y'all gonna discover in the midst of y'all frolicking together after y'all been married, because y'all gonna come up for air every once in a while. You're gonna have to come up for air, and you're gonna have that moment of acknowledgement that you're gonna come into the understanding, wait, I'm late. And you may not really come to the understanding of it until you start to notice, hey, I'm tired more. Hey, I'm craving, because that's what she was doing. She ended up eating chicken with peanut butter straight out the jar. And she went in the bathroom and got sick. And when she got sick, she realized, she thought she went to get the Pepto-Bismol. And hold on.